Oh, so we meet again where my mic decided to stop working. What the heck? So we were at an auction. Can't wait to share with you all what was here. Chris is patiently waiting, being a little stalker outside the window. I thought that was too cute to edit this picture out, even though there was no sound when I was editing. Can't be the only one in the world with mic problems. I go through so many mics. But anyway, so here we are. Um, oh, you gotta love some good box lots. Always gotta check out. I think these were pulled from a barn though, so they're more of like farm tools and mechanic tools and stuff like that. But you never know. I found some great tins in some great boxes, so never underestimate what gets pulled out of a barn. Since we have an outdoor booth, we are always looking for galvanized because that's like a mainstay in an outdoor booth. But these were a little bit worse for wear, even as planters. They're in really rough shape. That's nice. If you forgot a box, they saved some of the boxes for us. So now it's time to look at the tables and see what's hidden. I think these are still some of the things that might have been out of a garage, out of the barn. Oh, the Christmas. I am so weak for Christmas. That was a nice enamel lidded pan back there. But you always have to check inside boxes because you just don't know. Look at all the yummies inside this Christmas box. I would take this in a heartbeat, but there's other people to bid against here. Now, chicken baskets, the chicken egg baskets like this that are metal, along as they're in great shape, sell well. That was a nice egg crate back there. But I was like, what the heck is this thing? I still don't know what that thing is, but aged wood has my heart. But can y'all tell me what that is? Now, this is quite the license plate collection, but as you see, the whole backyard is filled. Now we're into the furniture, looking over some lamps, still some garage items. You just never know what they pull out. I mean, they just basically pull it out and then set it on table. So wherever it is, it is. So then now here is all the furniture. Those are some nice sized bookshelves, huge old desks. Wow, that is a massive desk. But yes, look at all the stuff. We're going to be here a while, folks. That's why I'm so sad that this microphone decided to fail that day. But yes, oh, there you go. Aged wood, always weak, but it doesn't sell as much as I want to buy it, so I have to be strong. Now this is a nice little Fenton hobnail lamp. Oh, but oh, the star of the show right here. Wow, look at that uranium green depression glass oil lamp. I bet you that'll go high. Love this little jewelry box. Of course, I was looking to see if I could make it over. So if somebody else wants it, I won't even bid on it. This is a very nice, just a small, probably 80s, I would say, maybe a handmade little dry sink, but that's a nice storage piece. It's not too deep, not too big. We might try for this one. Now I'm into the box lots, and yes, you do see canned ham containers. People didn't throw things away back in the day. But you have to dig through them, and I saw all these candles, so of course I'm looking to see it in case there's any lucite candles in there. Oh yes, the ham, that's always funny. You just never know. People have a reason for what they keep. Oh wow, that is a lot of sewing notions, a lot of desk stuff, a lot of books. So I'm just gonna dig through the boxes, see if there's anything that even interests me. Yes, the auctioneer company comes in and they start helping the family clear out stuff, and then they just bring it into boxes and set it down wherever. Now here's a box that does spike my interest. These mugs, these old vintage retro Fire King. I'm not sure if they're all Fire King or not. Um, Coffee mugs. They have a cool vibe going to them. So I'm trying to dig, seeing like you kind of have to assess how much you want to spend, how many are in that box. Now there are people who collect thermoses, and this thermos caught my eye, but with the damage, I decided that I wasn't going to. I was probably going to pass that one up. And I kid you not, there has to be 3, 4 tables of these metal trucks, cars, play things, which of course has Chris's attention is one of the reasons we came to this auction. Unfortunately, they are in rough shape. They weren't collectors, they were toys. They were played with. I told you there was a lot of them. So He's just kind of making his way around, looking at them, seeing if there's any that he thinks at least like if I go this high, I can get my money back or I collect it myself. But there was a lot of these to go through. You can't help but look into a shiny bright box. So I had to see what bulbs were there. I would just love the box itself. But I know I have a ton of these bulbs that I bought at an estate sale that never sold that I'll probably send to auction. I kid you not. So you have to, we all learn what sells for us, what doesn't sell for us, but and all the little hidden treasures inside all these. Yes, there are little army guys, and there's some nice vintage Christmas on there, but very delicate. So I decided, like, I'll let somebody else go for that because like I said, I have a lot of Christmas. But you do have to dig around in the boxes and see what is in there and even relook right as they're bidding. I thought, I like that duck. I thought that was nice. And I love that little snail. And then voiceover doesn't do this justice when Chris found that sign. That's hilarious. But to back to the boxes I go. So we got some more Fenton White hobnail, just multiple items. You just dig, dig, dig. That's a fun retro little trivet there. Um, and I'm always worried, like, oh my gosh, there's just so much packed into these boxes. So something really has to stick out because you take the whole box when you buy it at auction, it's all yours. And sometimes they don't just sell one box, they'll sell 4 boxes and you take all of those. And I wish clocks would sell for us as much as we love clocks, but I appreciate the mechanisms, I appreciate how they work, but I can't tell you if we've ever sold a clock like that. Even mantle clocks. But yes, you got to look inside little tins because there's always hidden treasures inside. But we have a weak spot for clocks, and I don't know why they don't sell a lot. Maybe because people don't have mantles anymore. I don't know. Oh, wow. You can tell that they liked one pattern of the Pyrex. So these would be a refrigerator dish set. They just have them all, separated out. But there's 2 sets of each. There's 2 sets of the bowls. It all depends. I usually do have that type in my booth because I do resell Pyrex. But of course, it all depends on how much it goes for always. During the auction, I forgot about these sweet little grandma core geese. I definitely would have bit on them. I think they're super cute as a little pair, but I forgot about them that they were there. I knew the Pyrex was going too high, so I didn't bring any at home, y'all. But Chris found this cute little cheese cloche with a little mouse inside. I'm like, oh my, be still my heart. I love cloches. I love little mice. The thought is just too cute. Oh, don't you worry. We both spied that swung vase in that box right there. It wasn't a huge one. It was a nice size avocado green swung. Here's another thing that goes high at auctions, marbles. Marbles go really high at auctions, but I don't know if Chris has ever sold a single marble in his booth. So there are things that go high at auctions that just don't seem to sell in retail booths for some reason. Then I am always attracted to these, even in this condition. They have the lids, which is a plus, and the buyer could repaint the lids if they wanted to. And then salt and pepper shakers, all those mushrooms are so amazingly painted. So I'm sure they're going to sell the whole box of shakers. So you kind of have to assess what else is in there. And what do I spy but an ironstone pitcher? Now I have way too many of these, so if somebody else is going to bid on it, I probably will pass it up, though my heart says just go for it. And then I just become a hoarder of ironstone large pitchers. So, yeah. So this is the point where you hope that you have a black light on you to see, is this green depression or does it have uranium in it and it glows? So pretty sure the canisters are, and I would go for the canisters because I know those are, rare finds, hard to find items, just like the jadeite McKee pieces. Um, and then I'm like, oh, that bull set, but sometimes when you get to an auction, it's not only dealers, but it's collectors and there's family members buying things back. So you don't always get to come home with what you think you would like to bid on. That's just how it goes. And I do believe that Pioneer Woman stuff is collectible, depending on what it is. I think a butter dish is highly collectible because I think they do retire them, change patterns. That's that. So some of those are highly collectible. That's a large box of those metal cups. I wasn't off for a second. Then I had to check out the wooden bowl, see if it's more primitive, if it's more newer. Another box of green depression. I'm sure that this glows. Most of that at that table glowed also, so that usually brings a good dollar amount. But remember, check in everything, dig in every box, see what is in them. So, yep, a whole bunch more box lots, and that's usually how they were selling them in boxes. They might pick one or two items that are just randomly sitting at the table, sell that separately, but that's usually how it is. And sometimes if a box doesn't sell, then they'll add another box to it and then keep. This is that type of auctioneer. Every auction is ran differently. So there I am again, like, oh, that's pretty green. I bet you that would glow, that red. It might be amberina, but oh my goodness. And I love how they're like color coordinated, and the boxes are very similar where you have all the little tchotchkes, the little figurines together, all the bottles together. So somebody did take their time to separate these. That's not always the case at an auction, but these are very well organized. That is one of the reasons you want to come early. You want to see what's in the boxes. You want to, if you can, pick up the stuff, inspect the stuff. Like you got some head bases, but most of them were damaged. So as a reseller, you try to stay away from damaged goods if you can, because sometimes they will sell, but most of the time they will not sell with damage. For us anyway. So yep, just a lot of little quinky dinks there. And I forgot about that little Scotty dog thermometer, but there again, you have to, it's calm before the storm, because once the auction starts, the people are gathering around the auctioneer, and sometimes it's hard to see what he's selling, sometimes it's hard to see what he's holding up, sometimes people have moved stuff, so it's just always interesting. And now Chris has got my attention with this. Oh my, be still my heart, that is an amazing piece. Now, the orange speckled mid-century modern vase had my attention, but I was a little confused on, is it a vase? Is it just a shelf sitter? I'm not sure. And kind of like the mushrooms. Oh, I do. I see it. I see the jadeite. I am so weak for jadeite. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm collecting things in my booth instead of selling things, but that is a lot of pink depression glass. So yes, the whole backyard is full of boxes to go through too. Oh, the Avon. How many of you can just recognize Avon as soon as you see it? Canning jars. This might have been like holiday, like maybe their basement, their attic space. But you have to go through the Christmas because there's a little bit of everything. If I saw those shiny brights up there, there could be some retro vintage Christmas in these boxes too. Oh, this green bench. That, of course, the green attracted me. I'm not even sure if it's sturdy, but of course I'm gonna try on it because it's a green bench that I don't have to paint. But yeah, there again, you just never know what you'll come home with. That's the thrill of the auction. And then I noticed this huge box of planters, and so I'm trying to go through it, but there wasn't really a lot of places to sit stuff, and I didn't want to break anything, but I didn't know if there was any McCoy in there or not. I love the top detail on this laundry drying rack. Very pretty. It's missing its part. That metal I don't think would have been the original part to hold it up. It works. And I know we use ours, but I know a lot of people just hang them on their wall for beautiful decor pieces. Oh, those are funny. Those are funny. Those are very funny. What's in this one?
This was for some kind of tree.
Oh, maybe it looks like it's got color.
Oh.
Like it would have done color. Got to look at all these. You know I'm weak for Christmas. So many things I'm weak for, actually, but. Oh, they put a light in it. He's an oldie.
Is that what?
Now all you get is junk mail. Franklin wreath. A little bit on the newer side. It's fine.
There's another one.
Must have turned a little tree of some sort.
It's in really good shape.
Yeah, it is. Weird that it is randomly right here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Would have had a flower frog in it, I think. Old little reamer.
That doesn't mean you got free reign, boy.
I know. Oh, he's cute. Little doggy.
1941.
Oh. He's cute.
I think this is Roseville. No, Hall.
Yeah, see, I can't ever guess it.
Yep, this is Bradley.
Is the sugar one, or those Weller? Nope, McCoy. Oh,
McCoy.
McCoy. Mm.
Those two are. And
Yes.
this.
And that, oh, they go together.
Yeah.
It's a little set. I don't know anything about teapots and
That's McCoy too. It's got a flower seat on the front.
is that cracked? It's cracked.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a puppy dog Lefton. There's another one over there, but
Those shoes aren't even. Oh, they're not even because it's on that.
there's a brush and comb though.
Yeah.
I always make those over and they do well. The spools.
These nunchucks.
Nunchucks. It's a fan. It's a fan. It's your biggest fan, Chris. Tooth powder? Guess you didn't have to brush
It's
your
still
teeth.
got stuff in it.
Oh, they didn't use them.
Mm.
Didn't end well for their teeth. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's broken though.
It's not broken. It's been chewed on.
Yeah, yeah. It's got amazing advertising on it, the front of it though.
It might be worth it just to fix
Yeah.
the front.
Yeah, advertising's cool. Yeah.
The tourist sign came into effect April.
They started it, but they didn't finish it, but that's still pretty cool.
Probably in the sign of tourist, aren't you? Pretty solid. It's a
Those are cement.
Yeah, and usually people that are in this
Oh, yes, they are. They
very
are cement.
reliable. He's a hard little worker. Low key, kind of very reliable kind of guy. He's got a lip to him.
Oh, blue bird bath. So we painted that. It's kind of fun. I'm trying to avoid only buying ones with the spout. Or I can keep painting them, but the first one I did sold, the second one I did not sell yet. So there's that. So, ooh, hi. Well, there's some Halloween. Oh, they're stickered. So much newer.
$10 a ton, 15, 20 and 5 and 30 and 5 and 40 and 5 and 50, 60 and 70 and 80 and 90 and 100, $100, 100, 110, 120, 120. I got 110, 120 to the one end, 120 where? 120 over there, 130, 140, 150, 160, 150, 160, $150, 160 sold, 150, that's good for 65. The mirror's worth that, the bottom's worth that. Give me $10 for it. $10 for it.
Yeah.
Where, who said it? Thank you, 15. Anybody else? 10, 15? 20? Sold 15, I heard it. Where was it? Say 5. Thank you, 10. 5, 10. Would you like in 5 and 10? $10 there and $5, 10. $10 there and $5, $10 sold, $5 you got it, thank you. 119, you bought it. And here we go again. With the inlaid underneath there, it's gonna be $5 for where my foot is. 7 1/2. 5 here, 7 1/2. $10 there, 12 1/2. 15, 17 1/2. $20, 22 1/2. 25, $30 there, 35 and 35 and 40 and 40 and 5 and 40 and 45 $there and 5 sold 40. Thank you. Right there, I like $35 for that one. The Portsmouth Todd, Mike, you're in at 10. Thank you. 15 to go. $10 there and 15. And 20 and 25 here and 30 bid there and 30 and 35 and 5 and 40. And 40 bid there and 45 and 45. 45 Randy and 40 and 45 here. I got it back here from somebody. 40 here, 45. 40 and $45 there and 40 and 45 sold. 40 you got 81. I know you have a lamp along with it. Thank you later. I'm going home. Here we go. $2 to go. And $2 thanks and 3. And 3 and 4 and $4 there. Believe me, everybody's bidding on this. $4, $5. Did you bid on 5, 6? Did you say 6? And $6, 7. 7 bid there and 8. $8 there and $8, 9, 9. $10 there and $10. Did you say $10 there and $9, 10, 11. And $12 there and $12. Did you say 12? Thank you anyway. 11 bid there and 12. I sold here $11, 7, 33. You bought it. $35 for it. 35 and 40. 35 and 40 and 40 and 35 and 40 and 40 and 35 and 40. What do you say? $35 there and 40 and 40 sold. $35. You got it. Thank you. There you go. Number 20.
Headed downtown Nashville for an antique and flea market event. Food trucks, people, towards the end. Doing a little 66 unique antiques after the auction. After the flea market. Checking out what they have. Finding some really good treasures. And we had to power shop in 30 minutes, so we should call this one Shopping Saturday because we started our morning off
Driving for me.
Yeah, my chauffeur. So we started the day off at an auction, and it got done really early, like before one.
Yeah.
They were speeding right through it. Prices were, I left with about a quarter of what I bid on. That happens. But Unique 66 had shared on their post that they were having a flea market in downtown Nashville, Michigan.
They actually shut off the whole main street for the downtown.
So, how long was that from? Like 20 minutes?
Oh, from there? 10.
Oh, yeah. So for Vermont.
If I didn't take the wrong way.
Well, yeah. From Vermontville to Nashville. And so then we did the flea market, and then we also popped into 66 Antiques. Didn't get to film much because we only had like a half hour to shop. So this haul is a combination of 3 different shopping adventures on one Saturday. So we're going to go ahead and just share the haul with you. Okay, so combination platter. I don't remember which where kind of do, but we take all day. So first of all, I feel like I need to do this haul using, I gotta undo them. Tiny gloves. Tiny gloves. They are so funny. Anytime, tiny hands, tiny gloves, they're funny. Chris was not impressed with me when I found those.
Well, I was afraid you were trying to pick things up doing that.
Well, they're not very strong.
Yes.
So anyway, yes, I got the tiny little gloves. Oh, let me flip them the right way so they're right. So very, very cute. Oh my gosh. I will be keeping these probably, or unless I make a garden theme for you all, unless I find more tiny gloves. Anyway, so tiny gloves, green handled spade. This beautiful brass cross with a saying. A couple of the Italian framed beautiful artwork. This was a little extra. Some of these tin little bread makers. Probably saw my social media when we found these, and I was trying to hook them up with the tiny gloves. But yes, 2 ironstone little pitchers. One of the little creamers I collect. And how sweet is this? Perfect little riser for something. I love that age. He said it was doll furniture, and then it had a couple chairs, and he had more tables than chairs, so that was fun. 3 beautiful aged mashers. Oh my gosh, those are just gorgeous wood pieces. And then we got a butter scoop. These have been good sellers so far for me on eBay. Look at the graphics. Even though I know we're past Easter, that graphics is just a beautiful, beautiful
looks like
piece.
an angry bunny.
Well, he probably wanted his carrot and not candy. I actually recently just sold out of some of my jadeite bowls, so I needed Some more jadeite bowls, so if they were priced right, awesome. I know this fine. We were coming back from the antique store and everybody was cleaning up, packing away, and I had not seen these jadeite plates. I actually made an offer for all of them, and she didn't accept it. But hey, you know what? It's a flea market. You're supposed to do an offer. So I just took the bigger plates. The other ones were like salad plates. So I just took these bigger plates. They don't glow. I was thinking that maybe they did, but I didn't have a black light on me.
Everything's pretty much Fire King you've got there then.
Yes, Fire King, and then all this is just some Fire King. This wasn't at the auction. One little bowl, some teacups, 2 different patterns here. Then a beautiful metal
Drying rack.
Thank you. A lucite flower napkin holder. That was a great find. And then throughout the day, somehow I picked up 3 ironstone little soap dishes that make a great trinket box for my pie bird collectors. I did pick up a blackbird. We saw this at the auction, and I thought it was so cute because they had a mouse in it. And then I picked up a cat key ring holder somewhere else. This is plastic, but man, that is still cute. Some extras that were in a box. These are salt shakers, but these are cast iron, little Amish set. And then what did you call this, Chris?
I want to say Paul Bunyan, but I know that's not it. Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed. And then I don't know. I wish you had a pair, but I think he's just a little, maybe a candle holder, little turtle candle holder. I did go for these because I do sell these quite regularly when I pick them up. These are hat molds, which are great wooden decor pieces, y'all. So there was 2 of them. So, and then there's a round like I've sold the round parts before too, on eBay. These project pieces, I love these little vintage light bulb protectors that open up and you can make and create, and it's that time to start creating with them. I love this little box for minimal because it has great 5-cent graphics on it. Mushroom spoon. I've had these a couple times and they're really good sellers. 1973, so they were, your ceramic
74.
classes. Oh, 74. So they made it in 73. So, and then some more mushrooms. These beautifully painted salt and pepper pieces. And then in the salt and pepper box, I only picked out a couple, like that set, this little shaker, and a Hoosier cabinet shaker. Now, these were just some auction extras. This, I know, it's flash. That means it's painted on. So this one has some wear. This one seems to be okay.
That one's actually glass.
You think this is, this
I
might
think
be
that's
fused
actual
glass.
glass.
This one, definitely I see the chip marks now that's painted on. This one glows.
It's right in front of you.
Oh, it's right in front of me.
Along with the light.
Oh, Chris likes to do that.
It glows great. Unfortunately, it's missing its top.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have had a top or not had a top. I'm not sure. Reproduction wooden duck, but I thought it was beautifully made. This is just, there's no graphics on this egg crate and there's no egg crates in it, so I thought this would be a fun project piece to put some wording, and I have an idea to make some egg crates to go in it. A whole bunch of bottles. This was a flea market find because I knew I can paint it up. $9. It was there at the end of the day. So is this a
pie or is this a bread?
Well, it's pie and bread.
I mean, I would say it's more pie. That's a small loaf of bread. Yeah.
I mean, I've sold them in the past, so I was excited to run across one. Got this whole set. There are a little bit of chips, and I think I didn't notice out in the sun that one was cracked, but I sold the same set before. Well, mine had creamish bottoms and then the avocado green lids. Project piece is this little nice, look at how nice this bench makes us as a little riser. Whole bunch of Fire King coffee mugs. That was one box, y'all. That was all in one box.
It's a DeKalb seed thermometer. It would have been much more vibrant. But Yvonne suggested that we use a weather defense. That usually does make things pop a little better, and it will stop the aging of this. Have to clean off some stuff on it first. This Texaco home lubricant, this actually would have came with, you unscrew this, and it's still full. You'd unscrew this or pop it, and then a little cap would go on top, so it'd be like an oiler. During the auction, miscellaneous, they just had pulleys sitting in different spots. So, and sometimes they would go for $30. This one I got, I think, for $7.50. Then I bought a box of tools. Some were old, a lot were new, but this actually he used for gathering up his string, and he made it himself, or someone made it, because those are spools for thread that they use as the handles to wind it up. I thought that's pretty neat. One of the reasons why I did go for the box, though, I've never seen a pair of vice grips like this. And it had a nice C-clamp. The ones that I always look for are neither the butterfly or a unique handle, turning a twist like that. It also came with a little back scratcher. It's a garden rake, mini garden rake. This thing I bid on by itself, and it's got all of his marking knives and cutters. I'm not sure what they would have been for. I know some of these are for leather or for carpet. Just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. This is what it all came in, were these kind of boxes.
That's how I always get boxes.
And, you know, these have some good graphics, a little beat up.
That one has actually a scale on it.
Yeah, but it's a little beat up.
Wonder if the scale would have came in that box. That would have been cool.
Or part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would have been a small scale.
Might have just been a little postal scale.
Yeah. The dry sink, we picked this up, very reasonable. And then we found out a story on it. It was the grandpa that passed, correct?
Yep.
It was his friends, or was it his brother?
Yeah, it was the other grandpa, not the grandpa that passed, but another grandpa had made it.
So a friend or brother or something had made this, and he did a very good job on it. I mean, it's nice and secure. It's older pine. Little cubby drawers all slide in and out nicely. So Yvonne will do her magic on it.
Yeah, they used it as a TV stand.
So they added this piece of wood to the back and a hole to fit the wires through.
So I will be painting it sometime.
I know Yvonne bid on a box for this trinket, little brass turtle. And with that, I'm sure some of this other stuff came.
Yeah. Well, the matches are wonderful shape.
And these are barrel spigots. So these would have gone into your wine barrels. And you turn them and the wine would come out. Oh, sorry, wrong way. Let's see. Then you got a drying rack. And I know this is not the correct piece to it.
But it works.
So, and a lot of people just like them hung on the wall as a decor.
Yeah, it's decor pieces.
Not really sure. This came with the dry sink. I'm guessing that maybe the TV set on that. I don't know. Cement swans. Very heavy cement swans. One of them, the neck is not in the best of shape, but they're old. Some egg baskets. We got a few of those. The last few things we got, Yvonne was at this side, and she said he was selling them as a big lot of everything, you know, all these toy trucks. I don't know if they had a daycare or what, but there were just probably, 100 of the Tonka and bulldozer.
And they weren't in the greatest of shape.
No, well, that's why I'm wondering if it was a daycare and they just left them outside.
Yeah.
But this Jeep right here is usually very hard to find with the plow and the hoist. So I'll try to clean that up. I'm not going to take off and sit there and restore the whole thing. That is for somebody else. Blue Jeep, it would have had similar accessories in the back or something like that. Little work project for Yvonne on this bench. And then there is a sit and ride towing. Rider
Wrecker.
So as a kid, you would just sit on this and roll around in the sandbox.
Too fun. So thank you for shopping with us. I hope you enjoyed seeing what we got when we were out and about. It was fun, for me anyway, to shop all day on a Saturday. And then Chris to drive me around. So thanks for watching. We will see you next time. And you can see where we've been shopping. Bye.